Hello and welcome back on the Tekkit server. Now today we're going to be doing probably a little bit longer video than usual because I've done quite a lot on Atlantis. So you can see here I've built a whole complex, if it loads in. There we go. So to start off, I was having power generation difficulties with Atlantis, so I built a relatively small watermill farm here, which generates EU, which goes into the force field power. Now, there are one or two things that I've done around here. Now, this is all plugged in and goes around. I'm wearing nano armor, so this drowning effect won't do anything for me. And sounds just a tiny bit loud. Anyway, so these signs block the force field from forming. So if you want to create an entrance without using a teleporter, you can use signs. So the water mills are crafted with one generator and sticks and wood, and it gives you two of them. So they're quite easy to make, and so you can make quite a lot of them rather quickly. Now this is just the theme that I've gone with, so it's mainly bricks, stone and sandstone. And in this main tower here we have all the solar power, because this is the only place which is exposed to sunlight. So up here I have the red power solar panels, which we saw previously, and I have a small MFE here. Oh dear. And down here I have the solar panels that are powering the force field and the teleporter that lets you get in, and the ender chest is for the items. Now first we'll just quickly have a look at this. This is a small thing that I built, which is an incinerator, which uses a dispenser and an igniter, which is a block in red power, which is made with a deployer, 2 netherrack, 4 cobblestone, some redstone and some flint and steel, sorry. And the deployer is made with 6 cobblestone, 1 piston, 1 chest and 1 redstone. Now what you do is in here you place some cobblestone, and it gets piped out by an engine underneath and then placed into the dispenser. Now I've already put some cobblestone in, so there should be some in the dispenser already. And so when you pull the lever, it shoots it out, and then you can just turn the igniter on and it burns it for you. So we'll just turn it off. So the system inside is very simple. Some red power cable that goes to a torch that turns off a timer, and just some cabling that goes into the dispenser. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the secondary power source for the force field. Now at night the force field does not get powered by this solar array, so the charge kept depleting. So we have 20 million even, or 2 million, 20 million I think, EU between the MFE and MFSU, sorry, and the energy core. So what this is a water plant. Now what this does is uses water strainers, which I have some in my inventory, which are water mills with a tank and an iron pipe. And what you have to do with this is you have to pump 1 block of water into it, and it generates 500 EU. So here I have some pumps and some basins of water, which automatically refill because it's an infinite water source. So it pipes into these. Now the animation occasionally is bugged, so you have to dig up the block and place it back down, but they still generate EU. But normally when it works, it goes green and little sparks of water come out. But all of these are operational and generate enough EU for the force field to stay on. Now, because I've moved out completely of the other house, so I had to move all the engines into this house. I also had to bring all the stuff, so I had to fill lots and lots of chests. So what I did was I connected a strange lighting glitches. I connected a teleport pipe here and some engines and some pipes over the other base, and it piped everything back. And I charged a few Lapotron crystals, which are made with 6 lapis, 1 energy crystal, and 2 electronic circuits, and charged them with some of the EU that was in my MFSU at the time. Now, I have built a small underground layer here with all the machines. Now, first what I have to do, actually I can do it from in here. This is 5 induction furnaces, which are color-coded, as you can see, with purple, red, orange, yellow, and white. And you're probably wondering why, because there is a sorting machine. Now, sorting machines... frequency transmitter. Sorting machines are made with 5 iron, a filter which is made with a piston, 2 gold, a red doped wafer, and 5 cobblestone. And this is also made with 2 red doped wafers. If you can't remember, it's silicon wafer, which is a silicon boule, which is 2 coal in an alloy furnace. 8 coal and 8 sand in an alloy furnace, and then cut up into 16 small boules that you can actually put in the alloy furnace and cook with redstone or nickelite. So here, this system, if you go back over here, pipes out of, if I can reach it, this ore chest here. And normally, that's because I've relogged, isn't it? But if I just switch this around, seems to be the occasional bug with the sorting machine, so I had to put a chest underneath, and so the chest facilitates the sorting. So actually, why isn't this working? There we go. So now, the different ores, I'll just check this, wait a minute. So the ores get pumped into these macerators and then passed through this retriever, which puts them into a chest, and then this sorting machine pumps them out into these induction furnaces, which are color-coded as well. Should pump them out. And so the iron dust then gets piped along into the into one of the induction furnaces, and then that gets pulled out by a retriever, which is here, piped along these pipes, and then it goes into the sorting machine and goes into the right chest. Now, all these induction furnaces and rotary macerators need an awful lot to be powered, so I've got 2 or 3, 4 actually, pumps with water strainers all in them, all connected to this MFSU, and they all pump energy into this, and it's sort of stable now. So if you see, if I jump down here, got another 3 down here. Oh dear. I don't have any blocks. And yes, I do. So I have 3. Climb back up here. Anyway, so there are a few other ones down here. Now this here is a singularity compressor, centrifugal extractor, electrolyzer, a chest, placing those in, and an induction furnace and a rotary macerator, because all of these are already being used to smelt the ores that are retrieved. So I set up all those machines, and they as well are powered by one of these setups with a pump and water strainers. There we go. And they are all powered, and all of them can be used. Now I put chest here because in the centrifugal extractor we will probably be using in the future water cells to be compressed. So it does get a little annoying having to pick them out. So if I put in a redstone engine behind it, so they get pulled out. And yeah, so this is the bat box that powers all the retrievers and sorting machines. So all the wires come down to here. And I think that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.